find a new test for the notes. So I'm gonna try to do it only in this project thing. And whatever comes up as extra, I just add it at the bottom, and then and like this, we have a new one every week. So I just put in everything, so everything is on hold, done, ongoing, or and I did an extra thing for opportunities for contributors that I will share.
Nice.
So let's see if this is a workable thingy, but it might be quicker to go through things. And yeah, you said to make it my own, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. So Kai, is it possible to stream or isn't it working?
Oh, we are streaming. It's all
Cool.
out there. I hope you didn't say anything you don't want out there.
I didn't say anything strange, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the things. For now, might skip some that are on hold to just keep us moving. Oh yeah, that needs to be Kai and not Arctic. So, but do interrupt me if I'm missing something. So, an overview of the Medium post. I'm keeping that one in here for now because it's a reminder for me what still needs to be written before launch. Metrics definition, skipping for skipping and not skipping. Kai, you asked for some things that you could work on. Like maybe, to me, this is not a hugely important one at this point. But if you said that you wanted to check the metrics, if you want to look into this, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, yeah, just to give you a short update on this, I had a talk to him, and so I showed him how we do the analytics. This was all concerning the depth. I think with this metrics definition, you're really looking for how we can define metrics for us, for our milestones.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, and for just and doing communications in general, like for social, for having a better view on like if we do Medium posts, if we do Twitter and so on, what is the impact of what we're actually doing, so that we see that what we're putting our effort in is actually worth it. I wouldn't mind. I think it's a good thing if we would have this, but honestly, I have, after working at Microsoft, I have huge traumas about metrics. So if you want to look into this, you're more than welcome to.
The thing is, I don't know much about it, but I think in the first step, we should just collect all our analytics. So I'm just saying that because you are having all the social ones.
Well, I can give you access to. I can just give you my login to Sprouts. We're not going to pay for a second one because that's at this point of it a useless cost. But I can just give you my login, and then you can see all the metrics that are in there.
Okay. I mean, it would be okay to just give me the URLs or something, but
yeah, you can only see it if you're in there.
Yeah. Okay. So
you can check. You could.
Do we make an extra field? See, that's the thing here. Let's talk about this for a second.
Sure.
Where I have the cursor here, I think we should put an action here, like the. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the next is the action where I'm typing right now. Here.
But how do I see what changed? Or is it because it's like not all these points will have action items, right?
No, but I can put it in bold if you want to. If there is something that changed. if I do it like this, but yeah, but I mean the action is normally the thing that's in the next column.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, okay. I want to keep it as simple as possible and not add too much columns because then we don't update them. To collect data points and review. Okay, I'll maybe put in bold where I change stuff so that you don't lose track of it. Review style guide, that's on my to-do list. It's not a super urgent one, but something that Alan made, so I skipped that one for now. Header, Twitter, and Facebook, that's one that I added. I think it would be nice. So for the moment, I think our Twitter, it's a detail, it's a nice contributor opportunity where we could ask Joanna, she proposed it anyways, or Alan to make some more style elements for Giveth. Before we had the unicorns and the nice thingies on Twitter, and we don't have style elements for the moment. We just have Giveth, and that makes us, to me, quite corporate and quite hard in our image. So we have the moving image now on Facebook with the people, but maybe out of that or something else, I don't know. I think it would be good to have something that reflects a little bit more what Giveth stands for than just this the Giveth name. You know, it's quite harsh and corporate and soulless right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we actually wanted some assets as well. For example, for the wiki. You know, we always
for the wiki and for presentations and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely.
So let's compile a list and make it a bounty for Alan and Joanna, and if they need help, we can make it an open bounty as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have the time, Kai, maybe to like start creating such a list, because I know right now I'm a bit of the bottleneck. I have too much on my plate, and there's stuff that I would like to move on.
Sure, I will make a list.
Yeah, Jan, your point, it's a little bit lower in the list. It's something we'll get to that, but we should have that indeed, not only in the wiki but on the site as well. But we'll get there in a second. Okay, so yeah, if you can start on the list, Kai, I'll and if you could send it to me, then I can double check, because I had some thoughts about it as well, and then we can share first of all with Alan and Joanna.
Make an open list.
Cool. Perfect. Template for presentation. So yeah, I have a presentation in February in Brussels. I watched the Swarm City people present there at the Hive Hub something. So I'll I talked to like the organizers, and we're like he said like, I love Giveth, and like you guys are like the #1 of the people we want to present at our next event. So please do come. And so that's for me motivation to work on this template. So as soon as I have a date, I'll start on this one.
Actually, I would need one this weekend. So if you want to move it forward. Well, also, yeah. The guys are in London right now. They must have a presentation with them.
Yeah, well, you can always check in communications on the Giveth Drive. In presentations, Satya always saves his latest presentation there. So there you can see what he's currently using.
Mm-hmm. I also took his and ran with it and made my own like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Perfect.
So
if we all save it in under presentations, then we can see what like the latest version is, and I'll work on one as well. So
did you say you're presenting?
Yeah, I wanted to ask too.
You're presenting somewhere?
No, it's kind of an internal thing. It's like I'm just meeting. I'm a friend of mine is a technician for solar engineering. You know, like he was approached by some guys from Russia. They have this project Human Venture, and they are looking for ways to deal with, you know, the energy revolution and the whole, you know, something like it's kind of in the vein of grid and all this. So they want to move, like they mainly want to help. Actually, they mainly want to make their let their money work. That's what I saw. But yeah, so this is an open thing here. I don't want to promise too much or say too much. We'll see.
Okay, keep us posted. Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. So then the comms campaign has been created in the dApp, so I'm going to take that one out next time. We just need to start adding new milestones when we start specific things, and we'll do that ASAP. So all our milestones up to date from Kai and Vinja are in there, so that's done. They're reviewed and live. SEO, that the Open Graph thing is done as well. Kai, another one that I added is like, so if you could maybe, because I think you maybe missed that one, if you search on Google, that we have, it still is a very short description, and it's still the old one, like yeah, and it says revolution.eth, and it's about all that it says. So normally it's going to be better if it also includes the sub menu and so on, so that you have like a nice give it thingy, like you have with many sites, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Yeah. I use Ecosia, that's why.
Yeah, you don't see it like that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't see. Your page is not mobile friendly, motherfuckers. That's not true.
Well, then you definitely need to check.
I accept the challenge. We'll make this mobile.
Okay. Then wiki reorg. So Kai, you made some changes, but so I know I have to look at it myself. So I'll try to work on that this week because I think there is still some work that can make it a bit clearer. And I think there is some text that can be written. And so the text that I'm not writing, I'm going to add to the contributors' opportunities as well. And then whoever picks it up. But I'll share my feedback with you before I do anything, Kai.
Will we go through it quickly?
No, I wouldn't do it now because it's going to take too much time. Okay. But let's catch up on that this week for sure.
Yeah.
Then overviews and sites. Points. Oh yeah, so that is like we got ourselves added by contributors in the last 2 weeks. But I would add it as a regular one that people check, like, hey, what are Ethereum overview sites or whatever pages that have quite some reach, where we could be added. That can be even like Twitter lists. I don't care. But the more that like ambassadors of us like share, give it to me. For me, they deserve points for this. So I saw, for example, I bumped into something like TinyLetter, and they have like a weekly update of projects. And I saw it in the community that you added me to, Griff. The community of communities. And yeah, and they said like there's someone shared as like a TinyLetter dot whatever about Ethereum, and every week they gave an update of the different projects, and it's like just a few lines, but again it creates visibility. So that's just, it can be Wojtek who sends a few lines for that. So I'm gonna share that one. Still share with Wojtek so that he knows for that specific one, but and. What was I wrote Griff's Buddies newsletter. Which one was that again? The one where we've been in a few times.
Oh, the week in Ethereum?
Yeah, okay. And so like whatever that we think of that we can have some give it in, because it's nice to see already with the things that we're doing. I see with the Google alerts already, and also Reddit alerts, that people are thinking more spontaneously about give it. So it's like our visibility is increasing. So that's cool to see.
Ooh,
sorry?
I smell a metric.
You do, and then you're right. It's like I see it with Twitter as well. That's why we have to check it. It's like we have, I think, almost tripled our followers now, but it's not only that, it's also the reach, because we have followers with like themselves like 60,000 followers. We have a few followers with like more than 1 million followers. So if those people get to retweet us, then we get huge visibility. And I follow back only the ones who are like relevant to us in this stage. Not all of them. There's some, for example, rappers and singers that are following us as well who have like 2 million followers, and like that's really nice, but we're not really interested.
I wouldn't judge. Like, everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome, but I'm just not following back everyone. But I keep on for the moment. I'm not doing a lot with it, but I have like a separate list for like potential donors. I have a list for big influencers. I have lots of private lists. And like, for example, we'll come to that, but for the updated donate page, I want to send like a direct message to some of these huge Ethereum guys, like, hey, thanks for following us, la la. This is our donate page. We can use some, some support. Join us in our Slack or Riot. If you want to help us out, this is our donate page, something like that. So because I see some of these that are like clearly very not only influential, but that are in charge of very big corporations or exchanges and stuff. So I think I'm going to reach out to them so that we have some more, that we maybe can find some more donations there. So that's on my to-do list. Where are we? Okay, then Instagram channel. So Griff, I forgot the name of your girlfriend.
Ariel.
But so in fact, I replied to her, but she never replied back to me.
She's not really on Slack, actually. She doesn't really do the Slack.
Well, you should remind her that I replied on her message in Slack like more than a month ago. So I wouldn't
count on her doing any of that. She's all talk, man.
Okay. Oops.
It's okay.
Well, it's like afterwards, after we chatted, and now that we started with the giving out points, the thing is with Instagram, I wouldn't mind us having a channel. But I would like it for someone who has experience with Instagram and who will actually really help us grow. It's like, for example, it's what the Swarm City guys do. In the beginning, I started a channel, but I really didn't have the time because it takes time. And we have like Christopher Winston. You met him as well, I think, and he does it like it's the big black dude who was in Cancun as well for one day, and he does it like. He puts lots of time in it. He puts in all these hashtags, and he's really growing it big time. And he gets all the pictures from the team, and so like that's a good way to like promote like these are the people behind Give It. And so I wouldn't mind just saying like, hey, if there's a person who does it, this is a picture. This is what we're doing in this picture, and then they can just put it on Instagram, because we're so often at presentations. And I have all these pictures and I'm losing them for the moment. So Instagram is a perfect medium for that. But we just need to find a person for that. And don't hesitate to remind Ariel
I will ask her about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't. I mean, the thing is, she doesn't have the internal drive to make this happen. So I don't even if she got it started, I think it would go for like 2 weeks,
That's not ideal. It would be someone who continues doing it. Then the next one, I think this is a nice opportunity. I wanted to ask you guys before I shared it, a future of giving story. So you probably saw like the status competition, write a story about Ethereum. And so it runs until like the 31st. And I would like to dish out points. They can win a lot of ETH. But I would like to challenge people to write a story. Imagine we're in the year, 2022, and Give It is live and all these projects are on there. What is the future of giving? What will it look like? And they write the story. If they're a good writer, someone like Yealer, they write a fictional story about how Give It will evolve in the future. And it's promotion for Give It. They can win and create lots of visibility. And then we dish out extra points for this.
Okay.
Yeah?
I think we can make this a bounty, but there should be also. This is a general thing. I try to. Hutch asked me to promote it a little in our community, and actually we get the video footage from DEF CON. We get if Griff writes something or Jordi. I mean, he basically said he would only give it then, but I think it was a joke. But I mean, it would be nice to have a. So
we could always. I mean, I would edit somebody's. I can't. I just can't start. If we, I feel really weird about that whole ghostwriter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not into it.
Why ghostwriting? No.
Well, I mean, because I'm not going to write a whole thing. I would want someone to start it, and then I'd edit it. And I'll edit the fuck out of it to the point where it's definitely like. Practically mine, but
Griff is the best editor. Yeah,
I can't. Well, I don't know if I'm the best, but I definitely will edit the fuck out of something, like a lot. But I don't know. I have a lot of trouble starting with a blank page.
Yeah, me too, actually. So I know what you mean.
So And then it's like, well, if it's, and then I like giving credit to the guy who made it happen anyway and initiated it. So I don't know, but he basically, Hutch said that he only wanted it to be from Griff or Jordy.
No. I asked him about this video footage, and he said, "Yeah, of course you get it. And by the way, we have this competition running. Wink, wink would be awesome. Griff or Jordy or both would, or like anybody's invited. Like they would like to have some contribution from Gibbeth. It doesn't matter if it's you or Chris or, you know, the thing is about we of Web3. So it's about you or whoever you are. Mm-hmm. It should be personal, I think. If Gibbeth is in there, fine. I mean, for us, in our way, in our life of Web3, Gibbeth is in there. So if we write something about it, we should.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I like that you had, Chris, about this future post.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to start because it's like it's not something that it's to me a priority to do right now, but it's a nice way to dish out points. And I can indeed, I'm gonna add like, yeah, share it with Griff and me, or share it with me and I'll share it with Griff, whatever. If you want some feedback on what you write. But to me, it's like a nice, like it's about, they want like how it's about like how Ethereum, etc., is going to evolve as far as I remember. Well, we're building the future of giving. It's the perfect opportunity for some to have someone write something. So cool, I'll do that. And yeah, so yeah,
and multiple people. I mean, if we can find anything.
It would be great to have multiple ones. So because Jen, you ask, you can write some. If Yale writes one, he's definitely going to do it. I think the more the merrier. And like everyone who writes something, I'm going to give that person points, and the person who wins gets, of course, extra points. So I would do it like that. And so that's just extra visibility.
The article that was written would be published on our Medium as well. So. We need more. We need anything on the Medium.
Yeah, more content is good. Then the Berlin event. So I haven't had the time to respond to Satya. I don't know if you read the entire conversation, Griff, the comments that Satya gave to me on that. But like, who wants to go to Berlin? So Wojtek said he could go. I cannot go because I'll be in Thailand. For the moment, it's still feasible, but like to me, again, this is a big an event for like the more grace-minded events. So like the bigger DACs that we're not really targeting at this point. And if Satya and Wojtek go to such events, so Wojtek wants to go to Berlin. First of all, it costs us money for the transport, for the lodging, and all these things. And we're not targeting them right now. So, and at that time, they cannot develop. So I'm not sure if that's something that we have to do.
I mean, I think that if people want to go there, then they should go there. The last thing I want is, I mean, in the end, we don't control people, right? We just let people do what they think is best for Gibbeth from their perspective. So, I mean, I don't want to go. I do think it's important that we have someone there. Like if we're invited, you know, someone should be teaching these guys something about blockchain. But I'm glad it doesn't have to be me.
But the thing is, like in the future, the bigger we become and the more visibility we get, the more we'll be invited to. So this is just because they were at the previous event that they're invited at this. So if we say yes to everything, that's the thing that worries me a bit.
I think this will blow over. I mean, I think it will change. It will be exhausting at some point, and I think if people are motivated to do it, fine, they should. And yeah, we should maybe think about the next generation a little of speakers like you. I already kind of volunteered, so I will set something up. But
What do you mean with you already volunteered for what exactly?
No, I said I will do it at some point. You know, just I'm starting to get ready for it because I think we need more people to, in general, do it, be able to present.
Yeah, well, I agree, and that's the thing. That's the way I would prefer is in the future to scale, but at this point, it's indeed not a huge problem. But how I see it is more that we try to present as much as possible in our own countries, so that we don't have huge expenses, because let's just try to be reasonable with our budget, and that we indeed train local people to give presentations. And indeed, I'm going to do it now in Brussels. And then I can do it in surrounding countries as well, but I don't want to like travel all over the world to present to 25 people for a group that we're not targeting. That seems useless to me. But yeah, Griff, you wanted to say something or not? No,
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, hey, if these guys think it's important, then more power to them. Yeah.
But they're gonna expense their costs, right? So who's paying for this? Is Giveth paying or not?
DAP Circle. The DAP Circle has their own budget.
Okay, so okay, cool.
I do think we should ask the meetings, like somebody should ask them at least to compensate for travel costs. They would do if I think they would usually do that for a small travel cost.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna just quickly mention it in the next governance meeting, like if they do something and if they don't check with the comms team, that they can just pay it with their own circle money, because we don't even have money for budget for events in our circle right now.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, this is the thing. If you don't think it's a good value thing, then you don't pay for it. That's the magic of like having these milestones out there, and they put the milestone up, and I could donate to it as governance lead, or as a DAC guy, or as a personal person. I mean, they put the milestone up, and it's got to get filled. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to write it down that I mention it anyways briefly during the next governance meeting, that stays clear, because otherwise we'll get huge expense in the future. So Blockchain Hive Brussels, so I already added that one, as discussed before. Swag or goodies for AdCon. No, maybe I'm going to start with the next one first. Presence at AdCon. So you're in contact with those guys, right, Griff?
With which guys?
From the AdCon meeting in Paris.
Yeah, I can be. Do you have something?
Well, just like, can we have a slot to present?
Oh, well, Jordy and I already have speaking spots.
Ah, perfect. And will we have like a table or something like we had in Cancun that we can distribute some stuff?
I mean, that table is kind of a magical thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that we'll have a table, but we should definitely have some shirts. The thing, so Paris, there's likely to be, this needs to go on the list. There's going to be, Jordy and the Parity guys and some other people and I are working on doing another conference on the 6th, the night of the 6th, or actually all day on the 6th, all the way to midnight, so that on the 7th we can launch 777, which would be 3/7, March 7th. And so we're going to do like a one-day conference, probably on like standards and maybe scalability, because I think that would be a nice topic to push. But we're still early stage, like talking about it. Jordy's looking for places to have it in Barcelona, and so we're gonna sponsor that. And so that's gonna be like a big thing. Like,
when is that gonna be?
March 6th.
March 6th.
In Barcelona.
Okay.
And we'll have all the tables we want there. I mean, we can give everyone a shirt. It will be a small conference. It'll be like 100 people, maybe 200. We're still looking at it. Definitely not more than. There's no way more than 350 or 400. Like, that'd be the max. That the space that we rent will even be able to take. So.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. So that I put it on between there, and so it's just keep us posted, right? If there's anything that needs to be done, but we can indeed but we were gonna have so what date again was Paris, because I haven't added it here just yet.
8th and 9th. It's 2-day conference.
Okay. So it's like just before that you do something in Barcelona as well.
Yep. I mean, I was playing with the idea of chartering a plane, and having a plane fly everybody.
Private jet.
But yeah, from Barcelona. Yeah, for like 80 people. So it'd be like almost like, hey, EasyJet. Do you have a small airline that you can that you can just give? Do you have an extra plane like just sitting there? You can just throw all of us in. Like that was. I still have someone looking into that for me, but I don't. It doesn't sound like it's possible.
Okay, but so yeah, probably like, but it would indeed be cool that there are at least some team members in Barcelona as well to like, even if not I don't think that everyone is then maybe gonna fly over from Paris to Barcelona, but some team members to help organize, etc. Yeah. And swag, promo, blah blah blah. So maybe you could check, Griff, if in Paris if there is some possibility of a table or some visibility. If we create swag, it would be good to have. Maybe if we just ask like you did in Cancun, then maybe we can just have some presence there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will ask.
Okay.
I mean, in Cancun, it was day of, hey, yeah, we have space. I mean, I assume these guys would want us to sponsor and pay and blah, blah, blah. And we can at least hear them out on what the cost would be.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will be good. Then, so yeah, goodies. So that needs to be done. Like, oh, hang on. I've mixed up two separate points here. So there is, is it okay? So there's team meeting at Con. I thought it was in there. And so that is this one. So we're gonna like be there for a few days. Someone need to like make a doodle and like get an hotel and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe Jen, if you have time for this or if you want to do this. Otherwise, we ask someone in the core team who else wants to do this. But I would honestly prefer not to ask a random contributor. Yeah, said it again, please. What do you mean with that? If you are interested in organizing the AdCon Paris team meetup, which is going to be around the AdCon event, so that the core team is there, that we like get a hotel, that we make sure for what dates people can be there, just like get it organized and make sure that we all eat and sleep and drink and all that stuff.
My internet is really crappy. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I can do that.
Cool. So yeah, just like if you can maybe check with a few for a few places to stay or something, maybe we can find like a huge Airbnb in the center of Paris. Who knows?
Yeah. Have you ever been to Paris though?
So yeah,
Paris is a hard place to book a spot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to organize and need to know first how many people will be there and all this stuff. But yeah, I put it on my list.
Yeah, and you can like, because you can check like for the dates for AdCon, and then we decide like, do we meet mostly before it or after it? How many days? So like, just ask some questions to the team so we can get this done.
Yep.
Jen will follow up. Yay. Okay. So that, because if we wait too long, the prices are gonna be astronomical, and Paris is already quite expensive indeed. Then, so goodies for AdCon. So yeah, I think so. We can reprint, in fact, our T-shirts, but we can maybe think of some other things. But maybe we can do like a quick meeting and with people who could like design and then print and do all these things. So I can also share this with contributors. Or if this is something else that you want to do, Jen, I don't know. It's just like it needs to be there. The timing is just really important that we get this stuff in time.
This is two things. Sorry, Jen. Just a second. There's two things. One is to decide what to design, and then to, because we should at least say, okay, we want like the Giveth brand, we want swag for that. We could think of doing swag for 777 for both conferences. It's pretty fitting if we, depending on how important that message is to us. And my 2 cents actually, like I don't see any other stuff. But if we should decide first if we want to or new stuff, and then we should very early have a meeting about that.
And don't ask me for tasks like this. I'm not a designer, and I don't like the new design, so I'm definitely the wrong person to ask.
No, but you don't need to design. There's just someone who needs to, like, after it's designed, it needs to be like a printer needs to, a production company needs to be contacted. We need to ask for a price. It needs to be printed, delivered, the organization of all that. And also organizing the meeting, like bringing, like, indeed, I want to be in that meeting as well, like to have a quick brainstorm. What do we need? What do we want on this? Can we improve on the design? These things need to be followed up on.
Yeah, I can do that.
If you want to, you don't have to.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry, say it again.
I can help you with the swag.
Okay, you like, yeah, no, I think that's not a task for me. Sorry.
No problem.
I will do the swag.
Okay, so cool, Kai. So I'll add you here. So perfect. And so yeah, I think definitely I think we can the t-shirts we currently have, if we print new ones, they need to be edited a little bit anyways because they say DEF CON right now, and I would make them a little cleaner because it had a bit much on it.
They need a total redesign, but yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Applause.
Yeah. I'm back.
Cool.
Fantastic.
So you'll organize like then brainstorm, I guess, and then like this and follow up on production, etc., etc. Cool. And actually, Alan was gonna join this one because he said, right, he's not here. Okay, he said, did I miss it again, Chris? Well, yeah, you did, but you can contact him. Okay, 7/7 event we discussed. AdCon Toronto, I just put it already in here. So Griff, are you in contact? I guess it's the same guys. So
no, it's different guys.
Different guys. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I am not necessarily in contact, but I have tried to put our names on the like speaking thing. So the interesting thing about this one is that they have a super demo, and I think that we should try it for the super demo. But yeah.
But does it mean that there's big demo time then?
Yeah, so we could demo our DApp basically. And so I'm going to try to apply for that and also apply for Jordy's speaking spot and me speaking spot and see if we can get all 3. But I assume they'll only give us like 2 out of 3.
Yeah, and if there's indeed, again, possibility to have like visibility, that's always nice.
I will mention that we are a nonprofit.
Yeah. Cool. Then the donations page. So Kai made a beautiful update of the donations page. It still needs to be edited a little bit, I would say, just like size of some things. But Kai, you sent it to me, so I'll do that ASAP. But I think it's already. I like it with the flowers. It's so nice and open and shiny.
All right.
But maybe, yeah, I think some things can still be bigger and others smaller, but it's just some details. So I'll check this. What else? Business cards. Yeah, Jen. So maybe if you could just follow up on all the mails that everyone sent their mails, I think now, but just to check, like, hey, did you get any feedback? Can you send a reminder? Just like chase some of the people to actually get something. I got a reply from one person, a really nice reply that they don't have budget for this, and that's the only reply. Nobody else replied. So I don't know, maybe you could check with other people if they had like any if they have any feedback.
What do you want to do with the feedback then?
Well, like if someone says, yeah, they want to donate, well then like we need to get in contact and see what they want to know, if they want to see the product, like give them a VIP treatment.
And that's no problem. But I think if someone would have had someone that actually wants to donate, that would have been a public information already. But I do that. That's no problem. It doesn't cost anything. We're not losing anything.
No, yeah, and I think there's just some people. I'm not sure that everyone actually sent them. Some people, I thought there were like still 2 people who put their business cards in there but hadn't actually sent the mails. Not sure.
Yeah, that will always happen.
Yeah, of course, but that's what I mean. Like if we follow up on it, then
I will. Kick ass, no problem.
Cool. Then we can maybe still get something out of that. And I will actually send an annoying reminder to some people that I know have lots of budget that I talk to, like from investment funds and so on. DAC givers, yeah, so that's a bit on hold. First, we need to do the donate page. So let's get that Hero DAC. So that's something that you are working on with Oz, right, Jen? Is there any update on that one?
No, it's on hold. It's on hold. It's on hold.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, the dApp still needs to evolve first a little bit. The status is a little bit on hold as well, as far as I know. Kanya is on hold until March. My Ether wallet is a bit on hold too, I guess. The dApp, yeah, Kai, I don't know if you... So yeah, maybe just send him a quick message if he wants to chat with you or something, because he wanted to do lots of things with governance.
Right.
And
yeah. That's what I mean with this list. For me, it's so I don't know.
That's so practical because you just have to filter on your name and then you can see it. That's why we do it.
I always think with my organization tools, I will try to give this. I see some stuff that's on the Icebox here, so
yeah.
This one should come out of the Icebox, but don't put it in orange.
Okay, then I put it in black again. But that's the thing, it's just a way of doing it. But if we run through it every week, then we remind ourselves about some things to do. It's there's never going to be an ideal solution, but that's why don't hesitate to give feedback. I like to just have a list of all the things that we're working on.
No worries, man. No worries. We do it like you want to. It's okay.
Then team video. So Joanna, I'm not gonna put it on hold because she promised it a long time ago. So I'm just gonna.
Did you guys see it?
No. Did you see it?
Did? Okay.
I
think I might see it tomorrow.
Okay. Well, if you can, Kai will see it, and you can keep us posted then.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm looking very much forward to see that.
Nice. Okay, but then I'm gonna put your name here anyways. Big update, Facebook. I have tons of pictures that I have to put on Facebook. To me, it's not super urgent. We have only 120 people following us on Facebook, but it's on the list. When I have less urgent, when there's other things when other things are done. Video tutorial tools. I don't know. You wanted to do this, Kai?
Yeah, it's on hold, kind of.
Well, what kind of tutorials is it?
It's on our new tools, on our decentralized tools.
Yeah, I actually only wanted to make some about Riot and Sandstorm, but I figure in the case of Riot, I would like to wait a little.
Yeah.
And in the case of Sandstorm, yeah, it's the problem is I need a full dummy project set up, and that takes time. So I never get around to do it. So I don't know. For me, it's on hold. It will happen at some point. It should definitely happen before people start making DACs.
Okay, cool.
So that's kind of the deadline.
Well, I'll put that one here before start DACs. Well, yeah, then we still have some time. So it's not really a priority. So then about page. So that's the one you were talking about, Jen. So a website to introduce the core team. So I have the idea of how I want to do it, and actually it just takes me like 5 minutes to write it out and send it to Kai. So I just have to do it. It's just like our faces with the link and an introduction. So I just
weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, we collected information about why everyone is with Givit, what their motivation is, and all this. I think that might be nice to have on a page like this. And besides that, why are you laughing? Because it's so long ago. Well, it is how it is. But I meant there is a picture in the wiki, and it doesn't show the team. So I think if we show the team, then let's show the whole team and not just a couple of people. That we either want to present and represent the whole team or we don't. But I think in the whole philosophy of Givit, we should definitely take one of the pictures, Joanna.
Yeah, but I think, for example, that one, Jen, don't hesitate to just immediately add it to the wiki.
Yeah, I can't at the moment. My Atom is not really working anymore after the security updates in Linux. A couple of apps are not really doing what they should do anymore.
Yeah, well, no problem. But I think, maybe Kai, you can already add it to that page. But for the About page, I think it's definitely a good idea that that's actually what's going to make it personal. So if we have that information about why people are working for Givit,
I sent you the file.
I guess that was like on my first or second day, you sent me some files. Was it in those ones?
I don't know what I sent you on your first and second day, but I looked for the file and I just sent you.
Cool. That's perfect.
Can I say something? Yeah, so I don't want my information that I sent to you back then, like, to go somewhere. It's it's a good thing, but usually this kind of stuff is like, I don't know, you see a team page, you see a picture or not, you see an avatar, and there is like the name and the function.
Yeah,
that's how I see it as well.
On it as well, we can make an update and just send it to everyone again and say, here, change it if you want to, or delete stuff if you want to.
So my main problem is that, like, the headshots, we don't have the headshots, right?
Well, we have a few headshots of people, but I would say, like, we ask people, like, send us a headshot. The idea was that Joanna was going to make some, but she didn't in the end, not of everyone. But then that's the thing, someone just has to pick it up and say, like, hey, I need your headshot. I need what you want on there, a Twitter, your LinkedIn, and if you want to add like one sentence or something of why you like Givit, we can add that as well. That's in fact what needs to be done.
So it would be very nice, because I have to be coding this page anyway if somebody else gets the pictures and the data. And then I just...
Well, then let me just resend this file to the whole team and let's update it.
Yeah.
With a little here, send us a pic or send a pic to Kai or something like that.
Okay, could you maybe just send it to me first, Jen,
sure.
and then I can double check what needs to go in there.
Yep, I will.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay, perfect. Next, District OX. So you sent it, so now we just have to wait for them to make it. Next.
No,
we need to add some dev info, right?
We actually, I talked to Griff about this. Maybe we can make a video appointment with the guys from District 0x. I think there is only the founders that know stuff, or like the guys really working at District at the moment, because their documents are not very, there's just code now, so.
Yeah, and so what do you mean, that we have a video call with them on, like, to get it done or something?
No, there's not, like, this is not something like that gets done, because there is no, there are only like 2 or 3 districts now, I think 2.
Yeah.
And the third in development, so this is far off anyway. But we need some kind of info how to connect. Maybe we should just, I don't know. I wouldn't like to put it in the Icebox. I would like to talk to District and then look for somebody who can bridge the 2 systems.
Okay. Can you do this?
You want me to try to set up the meeting?
The thing is, I would like to have, yeah, it would be nice, Griff. That would be awesome. And the most important thing is not that I am there. I would love RJ to be there, I think, because this is smart contracts in the end. Or not really. I mean, sorry.
I mean, I can talk enough about the smart contracts, honestly, for what we would need, I think. Or maybe we can get Arthur in there. I mean, I want to. RJ is going to be a tough one to get in the meeting, and I don't know. But
Arthur is nice. Just somebody.
What I would like is someone who's not you, Kai, just because you have so many other projects, to be like, hey, this is my baby. This is the Giveth's District OX person is some random contributor. That's kind of what I'm hoping for or waiting for on this task, is like someone who can say, this is my primary focus. Kind of like how Arthur's primary, has Aragon, and this random Kames guy has Uport. When we want to do Uport, he's our guy, and just like, if we can find someone who feels that way about District OX, then we're set. Then I think we should push it. I mean, right now we're 4th on the list, which is pretty solid. But
yeah, it's like finding love. It has to happen. Kind of, we cannot force it, so we have to. I spread the word now and then, and that would be good.
You made a great video, and I posted it on General, actually, just asking for people like a couple hours ago. So.
Oh yeah.
And so for me to understand it, like, what exactly needs to be done by the person who says District OX is my baby? What does that person need to do?
They need to figure out what they need to do.
That is a bit vague. So they need to get into contact with District OX.
They need to talk to District OX, just like Kai is saying, and figure out what the hell we need to do to make the district happen. Because, I mean, in the end, my understanding is that they will basically create a district for us, but we need to be able to figure out what we need for the design and like what they're looking for. So we need someone to interface with District OX.
Okay, and so this is something, Kai, that you also would prefer that someone else does instead of you?
I would really like to have a talk with District 0x, and then just, I mean, I will keep it because I want that it happens, basically. So.
Okay, well, if you could do it, and then indeed maybe have Arthur in the meeting as well for if they need more or something.
Yeah, somebody who is a better coder than me would be nice at the meeting.
Yeah.
Cool. Kai will set up call.
I'll set up the call.
Okay.
Nice.
Griff will set up call with Dev and Kai, and Griff is a dev anyway, so.
I'm not a dev, but at least I can talk smart contracts.
Eventually with a dev, possibly with dev or not, or just you decide.
Everybody's a dev here. You're all devs.
I'm so not a dev. I'm definitely not a dev. I keep on reading about smart contracts and I get it more and more, but I'm still a noob.
That's how it starts, man. That's how it starts.
Then Aragon Labs, that's one. I don't know if there's any update there, Griff, for Aragon. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Aragon going on. Most of it behind the scenes. We're doing their audit starting in a week, and we have had several meetings with them over the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
About the art DAC, and basically Arthur is going to make sure that they're a delegate for connecting it. I mean, I don't know what kind of comms we need to do, other than, I mean, there is going to be a lot of Aragon UI injected in the Giveth ASAP.
No, I don't think there's not really comps to be done there, but I keep it on there in the sense like it's good that you update us once in a while like this. This is perfect, so that if something is gonna happen, actually that we see if we need to do something.
The main thing is that Argon is going to provide a UI for our delegates and potentially reviewers, but for sure delegates, so that we can do cooler things with the delegate than it's just one person doing something. Like with an Argon UI, we can have multiple delegates that are elected through liquid democracy that has, logarithmic scaling, like cool shit like that. So
nice. So that evolved, because last time I thought you said that it was going to be for the reward DAO, but it's bigger than that. It's going to be for the DApp itself.
Yeah, the simplest thing is just make it for a delegate, and then which it's once we have that interface done, because that's like the most simple example we can do, then we can do cooler things. I would like to model reward DAO for sure. I'd like to, our DAC is going to create their own governance structure that they want to model through Argon. So, yeah.
Nice. But yeah, and I wanted to ask, like, I saw a tweet passing by where what's her name, Summer, asked like something about an art meeting. Is that the art DAC, or was it another art thing that she's organizing?
I'm sure it's our DAC.
Okay. Cool. Then, so we move us to Riot. So I think we're really up to speed there in the sense that, we updated the community page. Everything is done. Everything is bridged. RJ worked on that together with Kai, and so I created some things, because last time I was like not very clear like why I didn't want Riot, and I do want Riot, but there's just some things that are currently missing. But they responded, and it's all logged as GitHub issues, so I'm really happy with that. So I think if they actually get these things done, threading is high on their list, so that makes me also very happy. So I think when these things are done, that we can push it. But actually, I'm already pushing it now. People just have to start using it. I communicate only join.giveit.io. So for the moment, people still come into Slack. I haven't seen that many people coming into Riot, although it's the first one. So people will just start discovering it when they're ready, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. But I just wanted to point out that RJ he's a hero, man. What he did here over the weekend, like I don't know. I just saw he was testing and ping-ponging, but he really sacrificed his weekend because stuff was bugging him with the bridge. And what he did was basically improve the whole metric lag bridge, the original one, which is, like I say, it's a work for me of a hero. I really like it. So big shout out to RJ, and big shout out to Riot as well for taking up all these issues, man, very quickly. And I hope they will be resolved soon. I think 2 more months for stuff to shape.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like you say, I want us to continue like on both. I would like us to lose this flag when we point out like these instances where we say find Griff or Chris. One of the problems is that Griff has 2 different usernames, for example.
Maybe you should just change it, Griff. Is that not easier to have the same one? Then we.
No, for some reason I couldn't get Griff at Matrix, or either that, or I already have it, and I don't know where.
Okay.
I mean, I guess on Slack, but the thing is, I have @Griff on the Give Us Slack like in a million places.
Yeah. Okay. No, but yeah, Kai, I see what you mean, but to me, that's just a little detail. I want to get rid of the Slack too in the future, but for now, I stick with Slack because otherwise it decreases my productivity. I just want to be able to work fast, and that's why we use this communication tool. But when all these things that I logged come into Riot, I'm 100% in, and I have both open anyways.
The only thing I hope is that we can start moving a lot of the interpersonal connection, like the chats, to Riot, so that we don't waste the 10,000 messages. You know, because every message we send as a direct message counts towards that 10,000.
I know, but you know, Griff, honestly, I don't mind if we lose those messages. The most important thing is the links and the documents that we share, and those we're not losing.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, for if you're going to message Kai, do it on Riot as opposed to Slack, you know?
Yeah, well, I do that. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, for those things, it doesn't matter. But, like, for the core team and so on, I keep it in Slack because it's just like, yeah, sorry, the things that are not working, and I can, there's a lot of things, even interpersonal messages, I can put you on unread if you have asked me something and I still have to like do it or reply. Little stuff like that is just not possible in Riot, and then I forget about stuff, you see? So
yeah, for sure. Well,
but it's logged.
Worth mentioning.
It
was just worth mentioning.
No, definitely, but just wanted to explain, like, I'm not against it per se, just wanted to work better.
So one thing that we could maybe improve on is, because it's a very old Slack community, I mean, very old in this space, like it's as old as Gibbeth, I think, almost, the Slack community. So we could advertise Riot more, like I saw you doing it, Chris, already. But you're doing this stuff all the time, so I was just putting there, maybe you can once in a while nudge. I mean, I can do it too.
You can do it too, just like, just don't do @channel if possible too much, because we annoy people with that.
Yeah.
But just put it in there in general or in separate channels, whatever you want. I don't mind. Okay. Then, sorry, where are we? New reward DAO. So I have it. I just have to write it in sentences. I wanted to ask you if it is okay, because that's the thing why I delay stuff, Kai. If I can just like write it, share it to you in a Google Doc, and that you can put it on the wiki, because editing in the wiki, it's again more time, and then I delay it.
Would you be comfortable with Markdown?
I am comfortable with Markdown, but it just takes more time, you see?
Yes, but the time it takes me 3 times the time to make your Google Docs document into Markdown. So if you would write Markdown in the first place, you just use a good editor. It's like Word.
Yeah, okay, it's true. Well, yeah, but then maybe I can just push it in the wiki myself, because it
would help a lot for example, the donations page. If that was HTML code or Markdown code, it just saves me so much time, because I have to think so much about what element is this, and with Markdown I just copy paste basically and just rewrite this HTML.
Yeah, well, for the donations page, and probably that kind of stuff, it's like, because it's completely laid out. So that's more difficult for me. But like the wiki, I can do. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Okay, cool. ETH Alliance. I just wanted to ask, like, Griff, also your opinion on this. It's like, this is like, I know it's not a priority right now, but just for general visibility, shouldn't we just apply for this one as well?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I have no interest, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be there. It's like, I just don't want to put out the effort.
Maybe I can ask Grace, because it's her baby to contact like the bigger companies and stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure she would love to talk to all those guys.
Oh,